When it comes to like thankfulness and like, I just think that overall you should really be grateful for like what you have now, because they say if you appreciate what you have, God will bless you with more. But I do say that I think I am grateful. But there's different things that I want, and I'm like, they'll just easily come over time, I guess. We are super excited to have you guys on this episode today.
You kind of do got to step out on faith, love traveling.
Believe you have it, then you will achieve it. Hey friends, welcome to the Black Girls Den. I'm your girl Sheree.
And I'm your homegirl Alieshia.
For y'all that are new with us, welcome in. So if y'all don't know by now, we air our episodes every Wednesday at 2 p.m. here on YouTube and 5 a.m. for all of our audio girlies. So in this episode, we are going to be talking about things that we are thankful for. As y'all know, the year's about to end. Thanksgiving is tomorrow.
Happy early Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So in this episode, we're just going to talk about things that we're grateful for, things that we've learned throughout the year, and pretty much what we're looking forward to going into 2025. But as y'all know, we always start our episodes out with some little segments. But I want to get into what we're drinking on at first, because we're in like our cozy season. Yes. We're in fall, going into winter. So, Alieshia, what are you sipping on?
I'm sipping on some hot chocolate in my favorite Black Girls Den mug.
That's good. Is it like a specific hot chocolate, or is it just standard?
Oop, no free promo. I'm just playing. It's standard. It's just Swiss. Is it like
Swiss Miss?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Does it have marshmallows in it?
No, I didn't get that fancy this time.
Oh. Well, I am sipping on something completely opposite. I'm drinking Gorilla's drink, Taylor Port. I don't know if that's really her drink, but I've heard it in one of her songs.
I'm crying. Gorilla.
Yeah. And I mixed a little mimosa in it too, because I'm like, Taylor Port's a little bit too strong for me. So I had to kind of water it down, because I'm like, yeah, I don't like the taste too much. I have to sweeten it up a little bit. But yeah, that's what we're sipping on. And if you guys still want to try to get our mugs or our wine glass, they are in our description below. Still 15% off your first purchase.
Yes. Let us know what y'all sipping on while y'all listening.
Yeah, definitely. So with this episode, like I said, we're going to get into a little this or that game. So we always try to do something to just set in the mood, so y'all can listen in on it and then let us know what y'all think as well. So with this or that, they're just kind of a little bit random. Morning workout or a slow Sunday brunch?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is the morning workout still on a Sunday, or is it just any day?
We're gonna say on Sunday.
I'm gonna take a slow morning and brunch on a Sunday.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. Celebrating a solo win or cheering for your bestie's success?
That one's hard. Celebrating a solo win or cheering for your bestie's success. Mm-hmm. I don't know, because I just feel like it depends. I don't really know what successes I have, and I don't know if my friends really say their successes all the time. Mm-hmm. I probably go with celebrating my solo success.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't always get big wins like that. So when I do get them, I want to celebrate.
Yeah.
A week off from work or a surprise paycheck bonus?
Is the week off from work PTO?
Yeah, it would be paid for.
Oh, yeah. That's the same thing. I'm still going to surprise check, so I'll take PTO.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really specify. A cozy night in with your favorite show or a spontaneous girls trip?
A cozy night in with your favorite show or a spontaneous girl trip? I'm going to take the spontaneous girl trip.
Yeah, me too. 'Cause I'm like, I can have a cozy night in whenever.
At the girls trip.
Exactly. Yeah. You can do that too. Beyonce concert or Rihanna's long-awaited new album drop, if it ever even comes out?
I would probably say Beyonce concert.
I'm gonna say Rihanna's long-awaited album. I'm such a Riri fan.
I was like, are you part of the Navy?
I am. I'm
a part of the Beehive.
Okay, so you part of the Beehive.
Yeah. Beehive or Navy?
Oh yeah, let us know. Yeah, I'm gonna say Rihanna's.
Y'all never getting that album.
I was like, we probably never getting that album. Rihanna's retired.
Yeah.
Catching up on sleep or catching up on that side hustle?
Catching up on sleep.
Okay, I would say that me too. Mm-hmm. I'm like, because we constantly side hustling all throughout
yeah.
the week. So I'm like, when you get sleep, really take it. Okay.
So then I can, be able to be awake for the side hustle.
Right. Mm-hmm. So let us know in the comments which this or that y'all would choose. was a kind of like a little bit random ones, but
Yeah, they were so random.
I'm like, I did have like a thankful one, but I was like, we would get more into that in this episode, so I didn't really want to spoil everything before we start.
That's true. That's true.
But speaking of being thankful and grateful, we are definitely thankful to connect with other podcasters. As y'all have seen in previous episodes, we connected with Honest Conversations. We also gave, we had another podcast shout us out.
Yes, Wildly Untamed. Right?
Wildly Untamed, yes, from Houston. So we want to give more of a shout out to other homegirls. As y'all know, that's another segment we're bringing into this episode during our episodes. So yeah, I'm gonna let Alieshia shout out this podcast.
Yes, shout out to our homegirls 4D.
Yay! Woo, 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 woo.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 girls, so you know they get deep.
Quattro.
Yes, so a shout out to them. If you are a Black woman in your 20-somethings, this is for you. Okay, tune into 4D Podcast, a podcast with 4 Black women in their 20-somethings who aren't afraid to get deep into adulting. You can listen every Friday to hear what Cam, Des, Jada, and Jay had to say about topics ranging from meeting your partner's family for the first time to life after undergrad to making friends in your 20s. 4D gets into it all, and best believe they're going to get deep too. So make sure you follow 4D Pod on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, and TikTok. And don't miss their next episode coming out this Friday. Shout out to y'all girls.
Okay, period.
They're so cool. And we're also, working on some things to have a collab episode. So stay tuned for that in 2025.
Yeah, shout out to 4D.
That's my first time ever saying 2025 this whole entire
Oh,
time.
really?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
But yeah, like she said, be on the lookout for that in the future. They have some real deep conversation over there. They take it into their own individual perspectives, and then they all collectively draw in on a topic together. So yeah. So now we're going to hop into this episode. So since Thanksgiving is tomorrow, like we already said, what are your top 3 things that you are thankful for?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, in the spirit of what's happening now, I'm thankful to be going on my trip to Colorado.
Yep, that would be tomorrow.
Yes. I'm thankful for that because it's getting me to my 30 states by next year. So if you didn't know, that's what I'm trying to do by August of 2025. I am thankful for getting a new car because I've needed one. That's a long time coming. I am thankful for my parents with helping me get a new car.
Right.
I would say, yeah,
that's always a good thing.
Yeah, those are the main things I'm thankful for.
Was that 3?
Yeah, I said car, trip.
That was 2.
Dang. My bad. Hold on. Okay, car, trip. Oh, yikes. That's so horrible. I'm thankful. This is kind of a 1 and 2. But I'm thankful because I got my edits back from my travel guide that I'm working on.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like rebranding my podcast. So I'm thankful. Ooh, that's a good one. Thankful for extra income. That's a good one.
Yeah,
yes,
period.
Extra income to be able to, do other things that I want
Right.
to do.
Love some extra moolah.
Yes.
I would say the 3 things that I'm thankful for this year particularly would be, I'd probably say getting a second job. Long time awaited. I probably should have got a second job. I would also say that I'm thankful for all the trips that I got to go on. Even though I'm trying to get myself back into another better financial position. But I'm always thankful for like the travel experiences. Now I've been to 5 countries, so I'm definitely grateful for that opportunity. And I would say the last thing I'm thankful for is I don't know. I guess maybe being able to move into this, like the townhouse and stuff, because we didn't know for sure if we were going to be able to get it or like how things were going to work out and stuff. So I'm like, I like the setup of it. It's close to work. It's closer to work than where we were commuting from. So yeah, I think those are the top 3 things that I'm thankful for.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
So yeah, I would say that with being thankful, overall, maybe this year, like, is there certain things that you could reflect on, like certain moments that you had, you're like, okay, I need to revamp myself for going into 2025, or something that you would take into 2025 from this year?
Something I need to revamp?
Well, like kind of like you might want to do it a different way next year. like reevaluate it or something?
Yeah. There's probably like a couple things that I would probably do, like, I guess differently, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. One thing that I think I'm going to try to do is try to find a church home. I feel like that's something that I'm looking into, like just growing spiritually with my walk with God. That's something that I'm probably like working on more. I'm going to work on traveling more, trying to,
Right.
make some more money. And I'm going to try to really tap into what I want to do and like how I want to navigate. I'm about to turn 30. Oh gosh.
Yes.
So navigating that, like turning 30, trying to figure out what I'm going to do in my career. What is my career? Like, I feel like I'm going to be focusing on that.
Right.
Like real harder. So.
Yeah, I think throughout this year, I've learned definitely some different things. That's like one of the things I'm gonna definitely do next year for sure is looking to get a different job. Like, even though I am thankful and grateful for what I have now, I just know that I'm craving like more, and I want to be able to do more as well. Like, I don't know if I really will get to use my degree, but I'm like, as long as it's something more fulfilling, that's like the main thing. So, I would just say, like, when it comes to like thankfulness and like, I just think that overall you should really be grateful for like what you have now, because they say if you appreciate what you have, God will bless you with more. But I do say that I think I am grateful. But there's different things that I want, and I'm like, they'll just easily come over time, I guess. And yeah, I think those are like the main components though. Even though I could really go on for days, like all the things I'm thankful for. Like, they say that as a good practice, like, you should get up and write down a few things that you're grateful for every day, like different things, like find different things, like especially whenever you're lacking like gratitude, like you're trying to figure out why I even have this life or what's good about your life, what you have going on and stuff like that. I used to do that when I journaled, but I haven't really done that in a long time though. That was actually a mechanism I learned from therapy.
It's to say what you're grateful for.
Yeah, like on a daily basis. It kind of helped you like through depression or like feeling overwhelmed and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely like probably a mental thing, but I'm like, I don't know, because I feel like you could be grateful and thankful, and I feel like they try to shame you on like not wanting more sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's like, I am grateful, but it's like I still feel like I'm not where I'm at. Or like I want to do something else, and so I feel like that's kind of the hard part of being thankful. Not being thankful, but being thankful, but also like being grateful. It's like, okay,
Right.
I'm grateful for this. This is good, but it's just like, but I know I want something else, or I know I want to do something else. So I feel like that's kind of the hard part.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that if you don't feel thankful, sometimes you have to really look at what's around you. As we talked about in our previous episode, if you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. We're talking about how to navigate the holidays as being single. So I think during that time, sometimes people can be a little bit lonely and they're like, oh, I don't really appreciate, but sometimes you have to look at the smaller things. There's some people out here that's like fighting for their lives this Thanksgiving and they don't even know if they'll even see Christmas. So, I am thankful like every day that I wake up, like God gave me another day. I'm like, obviously if I'm still here, I'm here for a certain reason. I don't know exactly what that might be. But I'm guessing I have a purpose or something. So we just gonna go with that. And, I know that along the way, I've really learned a lot in my journey and stuff like that. And I'm steadily still learning. I definitely don't know everything about life, all the ins and outs and stuff. Life is a mystery. So you have to just take it as what it is.
That's definitely true.
So is there anything that you want to personally share, like when it comes to gratefulness, like how you kind of get out of like an overwhelming state of mind?
That's a good question because I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm overwhelmed right now. Like, I feel like I'm overwhelmed in this season. Just trying to figure out, like, I haven't thought about 2025 actually at all.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about 2025. I'm like, it's just a new year. Nothing really changes. And so that's why I'm like, I live in reality. Like, this sense of like, oh, 2025, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Like, that's not really my story right now. I'm just kind of just living and like, I'm just taking life a day at a time because there's so many different bumps in the roads and different things that's going on that is really kind of hard. But I would say that I'm thinking like, okay, I'm like, let me pray for this. Let me be like, okay, I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for that.
Right.
And I do think that I am grateful for the things that I have. I just don't know if I say it like every day, like I'm grateful. But, you know, when you do see things or you like, I don't know, I went to the gym and I was like, oh, my wrist hurts or whatever to my trainer. He's like, well, at least, you know, this isn't that. I don't like when people do that stuff like that. Like, oh, well, at least this, like, at least you don't have this. Like, it's like, but it's still, and it's like, I just feel like there's not a space or a time where you can just really like talk about your things that you don't
like
be
openly vulnerable.
Yeah.
You think that people are kind of going to shame you, like make you feel bad for what you're trying to express.
Yeah. So I feel like that is really kind of where I'm even at. Like, I'm just like, you try to share, you try to say something and they're just like, well, no, think of it this way. I know. So it's like positive mindset and stuff like that, which is cool. But then it's like, okay, but it's like, I'm really trying to figure out what I'm doing. Like, I'm really trying to say like, this is affecting me this way because this is happening. So it's kind of hard when you're like in the different spaces of like, okay, I'm grateful for this. I know I want this, but like, you know, you want to share but still be thankful.
Right.
So I feel like that is like a whole bunch of, you know, things that kind of you got to learn. It's like, okay, everybody's not going to listen. Everybody's going to, people are going to have different perspective and they're going to have their own perspective. I would say that one thing I feel like, okay, like, well, I don't want to say learn. Well, I would say learn. Last year, actually, me and my dad, when I moved back to Kentucky, he's wanted me to get a car forever. Last year we actually test drove a Honda CRV, but they were very, very expensive, so we didn't even look at it. So it's like, okay, literally like a year later, like I'm in a Honda CRV, so it is kind of like, you know, sometimes it's just like, wait, things will happen, you know, like things will happen on their time, as they said, God's timing and things like that, but you really don't see it or you don't see the fruition.
Right.
So I would say sometimes it is kind of hard to just like be patient and just figuring things out. And so I feel like with me, with next year, I'm just going to be like figuring stuff out. Where do I want to move? Where do I want my career to be?
Right.
What do I want this to look like? What I'm focused on. So I feel like I don't even know what this year was about. I don't even know. I just was like, okay, start the podcast. Do I want to do a business? Do I want to do this? Like, just trying to figure out the career thing. And I still ain't figured it out. You know, it's like,
it was a lot of moving pieces this year.
Yes, like, okay, do I chase my dreams? Do I just work this 9 to 5, make this money? What's fulfilling? And then you see all these different things. Like I seen today on Instagram, Kev on stage, he posted like how 12 years ago he was in the cubicle. And so it's like, but now he's shooting his second season of Churchy. So it's like, okay, then you see these things and it's just like, okay, well, where can I be at in 12 years? And it's like, what is it? So it's like trying to remember like, okay, let me put a plan in place for myself. What do I want to do in the next 3 years? What do I want to do? So it's kind of just like working that, you know, and trying to just figure out what the next is. I feel like that's kind of the space that I am like learning like, okay, you gotta figure it out. Cause I mean, nobody's really going to help you do whatever. So, you know, that's what I feel.
Yeah. And at least you were able to reflect on it this year. You know, you're able to go into the next year knowing like what you want out of it. Like you said, this year was kind of like all over the place, you know, with moving, trying to start the podcast. And then, you know, you have like your extra projects and stuff like that you like to do on your own. And then you switch from jobs and careers kind of essentially too. So yeah, the year was just essentially jam packed, you know. And I would say for me also, like, you know, I really think I reflected on myself this year, like what I need to do, like even as a person, like how I need to act, like in certain capacities, you know, moving in with you, like, you know, we're being roommates, stuff like that. So I have to like relearn how to like cohabitate with somebody else again, to like be thankful for that, like, you know. So there's just so many different things from this year where I'm like, dang, the year really did go by quickly.
It like zoomed
by. So I'm like, I feel like we haven't even been doing this. Well, we haven't been doing this for quite a year, but our year will be coming up in like, what, 3-4 months?
Yeah, like in March.
In March.
I feel like October, and no, like October went by fast. This November is going by fast. So yeah, but I don't know. I'm like New Year, you're like, okay, like,
People really say New Year, new me, but I'm like, really? Is it really a new you?
No, it'd be this. I say New Year, same me.
Yeah.
Because it's still the same me. I don't really think it changes. I'm like, nothing changes except the day. So I'm just like, okay, that's why I'm like, I'm not really that, I'm not like, oh my gosh, like, like 2025, even when we're thinking about like being thankful and like holidays and stuff like that, like it is a different type of thing, like especially how he said in the last episode, if you're, close with your family, if you're not close with your family, if you have friends, if you go, like, it's just like a different experience as like an adult, and it's like, oh snaps, like, okay, I gotta really figure something out. Like, I'm worried about money, traveling, dream, like, it's so many different things that are happening right now that it's like, it's really so hard to focus on just life and relaxing, because every day is literally going to be something.
Oh yeah, definitely. Life is full of problems, but you got to figure out how to navigate through them. And that's what we kind of talked about in our last episode with like holidays, but just in general, you have to learn how to navigate through challenges. And I would say with New Year, I would say new goals, because I think every year I try to set new goals. Rather, it may not be something entrepreneurial, but it could be like a travel goal. It could be, let me try this new restaurant I've been wanting to go to for like 2-3 years. So it just could be simple things like that. And I'm thankful for everything that I was able to do for this year. And even like the lessons and stuff that I learned. Because I'm like I said already, life is a journey. You're never going to stop learning until you hit that tomb. So
I'm crying. I like that New Year, new goals. I think that's cute.
Yeah.
New Year, new goals.
So I'm like, hopefully maybe we can try to incorporate like some vision boards, something like that. Maybe in the next year, bring an episode in where we can kind of share what our goals are. And off side note, I am thankful that I have my car, because even though I want a new car, my car was stolen last year.
Oh,
so
it was.
I am thankful and I am grateful that nothing happened to my little Silverado this year.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
I don't have a Silverado, but that's what I call my car because she's silver. So
I'm cracking up.
But yeah, and I'm also thankful for the friends and stuff that I met. We had like our podcasting event, so we been out networking. We've been meeting different people and stuff like that. So just thankful for like all the opportunities to be able to network, meet different people. I'm thankful for like some of the other girls I met off Bumble. As y'all have heard in our previous episodes, or if you don't know, if you're new, that we met on Bumble. So, yeah, I think like here I kind of have like a nice little circle now of friends that I'm like, hey, I can kind of like, I wouldn't say like necessarily depend on people, like, because I try not to depend on people, but in some realities I would say yes, because I'm like, hey, I know that I can go to this person for this. I know I can go to this person for that. And like, I don't really feel as lonely as I did before. Because when I lived back in my hometown, like, E-Town, before I moved back up here, I was really lonely. Like, I really didn't hang out with anybody, like maybe you and like maybe a couple other people, but it wasn't really anything major. I always had to travel to go see my friends.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm thankful to actually have people around now that I can do stuff with locally, and I'm not as like bored, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't got there yet, but that's good. But you were really like on it. I was not on it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got on it, and then I just let it go. So I don't know.
I be in my different phases where I'm like, oh, I like to hang out with people and stuff, and then I'm like, I just really want to stay to myself. So I kind of just like go with the flow when it comes to that, because I'm like, I know everybody's not always going to be on the same page and everything. At first I'm like, I didn't really want even several friends like that. I was like, because, one time when I was like on Bumble, I was sitting there meeting a whole bunch of people, and I even told you, I was like, I think I need to get off Bumble because I'm making like too many friends. I don't want all these friendships because the maintenance of them is not going to be realistic. Like, I'm going to be forgetting what somebody said. I'm going to be thinking this person said this person said that. Like, I don't want to confuse people.
Getting confused.
Yeah, I'm like, I just need a couple of friends. So I'm like, maybe just having like 4 or something like that is more than enough. So more than enough. And like, I don't even get to see my friends all the time anyway. So I think that's good. Like, we try to balance it out because everybody's busy. Like, people have been so busy and focusing on their careers. Like, I think everybody, like you, I don't know if I could mention their names, but some of the other girls that I hang out with, they're focusing on getting a second job or changing their careers too. So everybody's like in their chase their bag era.
I know, I'm like, is that what we're doing? Like at the end, like we're about to be 30, or some people are 30. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need a second job. I was like, why did I say I need a second job? But my friends, a couple of my friends have second jobs too. So it's like, it's really hard to balance, but it's like, on one hand, it's crazy that we're all looking for second jobs. Like, it's crazy that
most of them have most of us have second jobs now.
Yeah, which is crazy because then you can't even really enjoy life because you're working so much.
Right.
So then it's like, okay, and I don't know. I'm just like, with me, I just am over it. People have different schedules. People do different things. I'm just like, I just need some dream chaser friends or something like that. But it's like, also when I try to hit people up, so like that, they're like, oh, I have this to do, I have that to do. I'm like, child, you too busy for me. Like, okay, next. Like, I can't deal. I don't say I can't deal with busy friends. That's not what I'm saying. But it's like every time, and then it's like you're not really asking me. So it's just like, what am I doing? So at this point, I feel like I've just put friends on a back burner. So I'll just be like, oh, I'm thankful for spending time with myself. I'll be chilling by myself. Like,
hey, sometimes that's all you need, honestly.
It's cold. It's wintertime. I'm in my watch a movie season.
Okay.
Let me know what y'all watching. I'm in my chill, watch movies, drink hot cocoa.
Oh, speaking of that, are you going to watch any Thanksgiving movies? I know you're going to be traveling for Thanksgiving tomorrow, but...
I watched Meet Me Next Christmas, which was with Kofi,
Oh, yeah.
DeVille, Ellis, and Christina Milian.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was like, I mean, it was like it wasn't corny, but when you finish it, you're like, oh, this is a corny, like, rom-com, because Christina Milian is always in rom-com. I watched Style Me. It was on BET. That was with Mario Raven Goodwin. That was a good one, I think. So those were good. I don't really know if I'm going to watch someone, maybe with Lindsay Lohan or something like that. But if you know, I am a writer, so I'm actually watching it from a different lens. Like, I'm watching, like, okay, what's selling? Like, what are they talking about? What's the themes of the movies and stuff like that? So I probably will watch a couple more.
Like, you're watching but conducting research at the same time.
Yeah, I'm doing both. I'm like, okay, because, like, I'm noticing the themes. Like, if you watch the last two movies, I'm like, okay, what was this about? What was that about? What was the storyline? So like, that's what I'm doing. I'm not like, I'm watching it for enjoyment. Like, okay, cool, it's cute, but I'm really watching it to kind of study because that is something that I want to do. Like, you know, in my career. So I'm like, let me get back to writing. Let me watch to see what's, people are selling. So I probably will watch some other ones. I don't have any off the top of my head of the movies I'm going to watch. But I might watch one for Thanksgiving, or I don't know. I just might watch it, like, wait for Christmas to watch them. What about you?
I haven't watched any Thanksgiving movies yet, honestly. I do want to see Meet Me Next Christmas. I do want to see that. But other than that, no, I have not thought about watching any other movies. I do like watching Christmas rom-coms sometimes, though. Because I'm like, let me just fantasize a little bit. I'm like, crying. I probably won't get that in this season. The little soulmate having like a nice little cozy Christmas with somebody. But I'm like, it's cool to watch a movie about it. Especially if it's a black movie. Like, I'm a sucker for black films.
I'm cracking up. Oh, there is a movie, actually. I haven't watched it yet, but I think it's on Netflix. And it's this girl, her mama's trying to hook her up because she's single for Christmas. And... I feel like she's a lawyer. She's something prominent, and she's like don't have nobody for Christmas. Basically, I think her mom's trying to hook her up.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, that sounds about typical, right?
Mama's like, you're single, and you need to mingle.
Yeah. so I might watch that one, but yeah, let us know if y'all are y'all rom-com holiday girlies, holiday rom-com girlies, or what y'all watching. So maybe we could watch it too.
Yeah, definitely. And overall, like, what are some small or big wins that you've had this year? I know you definitely have went to travel, and then you got your car. Is there any other things you want to share?
I think the car was one of the biggest wins.
Biggest wins. Okay.
I don't feel like I traveled that much this year, so I wouldn't really say the traveling was a big win. I would say me being able to create my travel guide. That's what I'm working on. This is going to be a big win because I'm going to finish it.
Yeah.
Starting the podcast, that was a big win because we talked about that last year. What else was a big win? I mean, I started writing again. I didn't really finish writing, but I wrote like an episode of a children's TV show.
Oh, okay.
So that was a big win. Cool. I didn't win the contest, but at least I wrote it. So it's like,
Yeah.
I read my books. That was a big win.
What kind of books were they?
Like personal development books, like my audio books. So that was a big win. I feel like those are like my biggest wins of the year that I could think of at the top of my head. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are good. I think with my biggest wins of the year, maybe would be like me going back to Thursdays permanently because I actually have a pay raise now, so I get more money. Mm-hmm. As I said before, I guess traveling. I feel like I did travel a lot this year.
You did.
I was really surprised because I was low key like, okay, with moving into like a new place, am I going to be able to afford it? But I just really try to save and try to juggle my money as best as I could. I would say the other big win for this year. Oh, seeing my niece.
Oh yes,
They came down. So at first I didn't think
is that like
that
the middle.
That was in February.
February?
Yeah, it was like very beginning of this year.
It really was. Dang,
so I think seeing my family, seeing my niece and my brother, that was a huge win. I'm very, very thankful for that also. So I think those are probably my biggest wins. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably more, but I don't.
Did you go to your concert? You went to go see Nicki Minaj?
Oh, yeah. Because I kind of include that in like traveling. So,
okay.
Yeah. And, yeah, I think also seeing like my godbrother, because before this year, even though he moved back home, it seems like he's moved back down here. I went to see him in March, and I hadn't seen him for 3 years. So I think that was kind of like a big win, being able to go to Colorado, go to the top of Mount Elbert, and go to Aspen, Colorado. That was like something on my bucket list. So I'm like, wow, I really accomplished that. I really went to the top of the mountain, like so.
You was walking it?
Well, he lived at the top, so we had to drive up there.
Oh.
But yeah, of course, when I got out at the top, I walked. Because there's like restaurants, there's resorts, there's everything up there at the top.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to Colorado. I'm like, it's a little cold, but we're going to see.
Yeah.
We're going to see how it is. I'm just going just to, now.
Colorado is beautiful, though.
That's
I really like Denver. Denver was like very, very, very clean. So, and if, your little... It's a legal state.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I forgot.
Yeah, so.
Oh.
I thought that people would be, like, driving crazy there, being underneath the influence, like, everybody just be sky high. But, no, it wasn't like that. It was a pretty chill, laid-back environment. And I think the food there was pretty decent, too. Aspen, not so much.
I was like, I heard mixed reviews. I told a couple people I was going to Denver. They're like, oh, the food's not good. And somebody's like,
yeah. I went to this New Orleans type restaurant though, and their food was actually really good. And I went to like another little bar. Went to like brunch. And their food was actually good. So I'm like, yeah, I think the food was okay. I think it really depends on where you go.
It was in Denver?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta send me those if you remember.
Oh yeah. I'll try to remember them if I can. But yeah, that's what I would say about that. And I think they said black people live in Aurora, Colorado, and Denver.
I've heard of that.
So if you want to go to like soul food spots and stuff like that, they're really in that area.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. And let us know what y'all are thankful for in the comments. If y'all have anything y'all want to share with us, you can always hit us up on our email at blackgirlsden@gmail.com. We would love to shout y'all out. As y'all know, we love to give highlights to black women specifically. So if there's anything y'all want to share with us, then just let us know. And also, is there a phone number they can call?
Yes, if y'all, want to get some advice or something like that, you all can text us at 502-233-1778, or you can leave a voicemail at that same number, 502-233-1778. And you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts.
Spotify. And Spotify, yep. So, I think that's pretty much it, really, with this episode. I think we pretty much covered the ground bases. I mean, is there any ways that you practice like gratitude when you're feeling down?
I don't really know if I practice gratitude when I'm feeling down. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I be down. I'm down. I'm depressed. I'm asleep. Like I don't be grateful for nothing. I be down. I don't really be thinking like, oh, this is good. Oh, this is good. Only when you talk to people. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. When I'm sad, I'm sad. Like, I don't be trying to, I don't really try to be like, oh, let me feel better. Like, I don't know. I don't really say depressed or anxious or whatever, but it's like, I'm just going to take it what it is. If I'm going to be down for like a week or down for like 2 weeks, I don't know if people will really notice if I'm depressed or if I'm down, but like, I'm just going to be like, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm grateful for this or, oh, yeah, I'm thankful for that. Because it's just like, that's not really where I'm at. So it's just like, I just sit and I just process those feelings. And yeah, that's how I feel about it. I'm not going to be like this positive toxicity is another thing too that's so horrible. It's like,
oh yeah, it is.
You have to be thankful. You have to be the chest of that, and that could be true. But also, there's things that like you wish your life, like you would wish your car wouldn't get broken into, right?
Right.
Like you would wish that. So it's just like, if your car gets broken into, why would someone be like, oh, it could be so much worse? That is worse. Like
right.
My car got broken into. Like what?
Right.
I'm not speaking of my car, no, but like it's just like, you know. So I don't know. I feel like you could sit, you could dwell, you could do whatever you want to do, and then like you take your time to process your feelings and you can get out of it. Even right now, if you feel like you're not thankful for anything, or you feel like you don't have anything to be thankful for, you sit with that, you process that, and you feel like, well, when I'm out of my rut, then I'll say I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that. Like you don't have to be like, oh, I'm thankful for this, thankful for that. Of course you might be, but if you're not feeling like you're thankful, then you're just saying something to say something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you want to be authentic with yourself, definitely. And I think that's the problem too. Like with our society, some people do put that toxic positivity on you. They want you to kind of mask your feelings. We talked about that in the last episode. I'm like, if you're depressed and you're going through something, sit on it. Like, don't ignore those feelings, because sometimes we do need to hone in, you know, essentially like how we feel. Because if we keep trying to brush it off, it could just keep piling up, and getting more remorseful at the end of the day. So me personally, like if I feel depressed about something, you know, it depends on how bad it gets. Sometimes I will kind of resort to like, okay, let me sit here and journal down different things I'm actually grateful for. But most of the time I'm like, let me just go through what I'm going through and find out the best way to navigate it, you know. And sometimes it could go easier than some other times. Sometimes it may not. So honestly speaking.
Yeah, and not to get too deep, but I feel like you learn that we could talk about this in another episode, but when we're talking about like childhood and stuff like that, like you learn that being from Christian households and stuff like that, you learn it's like you, until I got older, it's like when you really can process your emotions, because when you're younger, it's just like, okay, it'll be better, okay, it'll be this. It'll be like you never learn how to process and sit with your emotions to even know what you're feeling. Like, okay, you're feeling sad, you're feeling lonely, like you don't even know what you're feeling until it's just like right there, and then sometimes you don't even know how to process it. So I feel like it's okay to let people process their emotions. If you gotta cry, if you're sad, if you gotta go do something like, or if you gotta watch a movie, or if you gotta just sit there and go to sleep, like it's okay to process your emotions. And even within this season, we are coming with the holiday season, so people are going to be getting engaged, they're going to be getting bags, they're going to like, people are going to be trying, like they're going to be doing a lot of stuff, and it's like, okay, you can have those feelings of grief. You can have those feelings of like, dang, I wish that could be me. But it's just like, process that. Be thankful in whatever you're going to be thankful about. But it's just like, it's okay if you're not thankful in that moment.
Right.
Because you feel like maybe you wish that you could have did certain things, or you could have did this and you can't do it. So it's like, it's okay, you know, have an open heart. So
yeah, that's some of the best advice you can get, honestly. Yep. So if y'all like this episode, make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe. Make sure you share with your mother, your auntie, cousin, friend, coworker, whoever.
Oh yeah, this is our last episode for the year. Okay, so if you missed the rest of the episode, go back, go watch again, go re-download, and check in with us. Okay, but we are definitely still gonna be active on YouTube. So, you know, if you're watching us or if you're listening to us, go check out our YouTube channel. We're on TikTok. But, you know, we need a break, right? We're thankful for the breaks, because we work 2 jobs. We have lives. We have things. We might come back for like the end of the year wrap up episode. We're still working on that. But yeah, we're just taking a break. So we're thankful for y'all for listening to us.
Yes,
we're thankful.
We're definitely grateful for y'all.
We're almost at 400 downloads, and we're at like 65,000 views on YouTube. We almost have like 230 subscribers.
I checked, it was like almost at 68.
Oh, 68. I was gonna give a 70, but you know, I was like, let me not. I don't know. Okay,
we almost there.
Yes. So I know y'all see the upgrades and things like that. So we're thankful for speaking into existence that we're going to have some guests next year. Hopefully y'all enjoy what we did this year, but we're trying to amp it up and bring it up. So yeah, we are taking a little break. It is the holiday season. It's going to be Thanksgiving, Christmas. New Year's. Let us know though if y'all want us to do a vision board party or if y'all want us to share our goals for next year in the comments below. Make sure y'all engage with us. Because we'll be taking a little break.
A little break.
Yeah, a little break.
Because we have released an episode every Friday for like the past 8 months.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Yeah, every Wednesday. Yeah, for almost 8 months. So we're we taking a little break. Okay, we don't get paid yet. Okay?
Right.
So when we get paid,
I think it's well deserved.
Yeah, when we get paid, we might not be able to take no breaks. Okay, so we just gonna take this break. All right. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Hopefully y'all liked it. Make sure y'all check out the wine glasses. Check out our website, our partners, candles, and everything like that.
I'm sure she got some nice little fall scents. Black Girl candles.
So follow us on social media at the Black Girls Den Podcast, TikTok, Instagram, and we're even on Facebook. And yeah, leave us a review, rate us, and that's all I gotta say.
All right, so we're going to end the episode with some affirmations since we are on the topic of being thankful and grateful. So I thought it would be due diligence to do that because we haven't done affirmations for a little minute now.
Yeah, we haven't. Little girls with dreams become women with vision.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, so what were we talking about? Dreams. Oh, make sure y'all, if y'all watching us, hashtag Den Dreamers.
Den Dreamers.
Den Dreamers. Black Girls Den Podcast. Yes, because we're dreamers over here.
Mine is always believe that something wonderful is about to happen.
That's good.
So that goes into having like some positivity. Yeah, it goes with the episode too.
Good things are going to happen.
I like that.
Yes.
All right. Well, hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow. Make sure you eat good or whatever you're out there doing, whether it's volunteering, being with church, being with family, being with friends, or sitting at home enjoying company by yourself, snuggled up, watching a movie. So
happy Thanksgiving, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all the holidays in one. Okay, because we cultured over here. But yes, bye. Thank y'all for watching.
Bye. Black Girls Den out.
Period.